Hello, my name is Hannah, and today we were building a house based on the 1940s or like stylized houses from that time period. I had a lot of issues finding like reference photos for this house or like this style of house though. Google just was not trying to be helpful. I was being like 1940s house exterior and it was like kitchen, and I don't really know what it got from that. I'm not sure because like it was all kitchens or random bedrooms, and then the, like houses that I did like find the outsides of were like very like red. Like all of them were very red, and I was like, that's not exactly what I'm looking for. I wanted like something different, so I kind of just wanted to do like more of like a countryside like 1940s, which I know most people lived in the suburbs in the 1940s. By that time it was very like industrial and all of that stuff, with all of like houses in like big neighborhoods and all of that stuff. But I was building in Henford-On-Bagley, as you can see now, in like one of the top like waterfall like area builds, and like in that area, so I was trying to go for something that probably didn't have like 8 other houses right next to it that all looked the same. So I did find one eventually that kind of looked like this. It was a bit different, but it was kind of hard to build in The Sims, so I was just like going to buy reference of it. But a lot of the houses were very colorful in the 40s, which I find kind of weird. I guess we don't learn about architecture in like, decades very often ever. But I wasn't expecting like during like a war and then like after a war that there was going to be such colorful housing. But I guess the housing probably wasn't that affected by the war, but like everything else seems to have been, like when we learn about it and stuff, like with all of like the rations and stuff. But the houses were like bright colors, so I thought that was kind of funky. And I thought that like there weren't very many photos, which I guess makes a lot of sense, but a lot of the photos were like the same one from like different angles, which I thought was kind of strange too. But I also thought that was kind of cool because then you get like multiple perspectives, and so I thought that was just really fun when I was looking up all of the photos. But I definitely thought it was a bit difficult. Like, I built, like, an 1800s, I think, is the house, and that one had so many more photos that I could find. I don't know why, particularly, because I'm not exactly sure when the camera came out, so I'm not sure if they're just, like, pictures or if they're, like, recreations or stuff. I don't know. But it was so much easier to find photos for the 1800s and the 1900s house that I did. And then the 1940s, which was only like 70 years ago, it was like, no photos, actually. We don't got any of those. And it was just strange. And so I just built this. And then the inside was much easier than the outside. As I said, a lot of the interior photos were of bedrooms and then kitchens. And so I thought that was fine. And I just kind of went off what I thought like a dining room would kind of look like. But the dining room is actually just the same area as where the staircase is, because I didn't put enough rooms. But like, that's fine. And you can get through it probably just fine. I think I didn't play test it. It'll probably be fine though. There's like enough space where there's a bookshelf and the table, so like maybe, but I think I put enough space between the two that you could walk through it. But I think the Sims will be fine. If not, we can just move the bookcase a bit over and then everything would be fine, or just like delete the bookcase. Bookcase isn't very necessary. There's like 8 in the house. There's all over the place, because I was like, what else would I put here? Chess table, bookshelf, another bookshelf, and that's just kind of what happened. And so a lot of bookshelves, and that's about it. But I guess we're gonna move on to talking. But yesterday I went to the library for the first time in like a year and a half. It was probably like 2019. It may have even been like longer than that since I've gone to the library. And so I wanted to go to the library because I finished my books. I talked about that before, but I finished the books that my friend had given me, and I wanted to read more because I had gotten into reading, so I want to keep reading. And then also I'm going back to school in like 3 weeks. It's probably already around the time in which you're going to see this video. It's going to be much closer to when school starts, but I have like 2.5 weeks, I think, until school starts. So I want a book, and so when we get back to school, when I have free time, I can read, because I had a lot of issues at the end of the school year because I didn't have very many books to read, and then I just had a bunch of free time in which I was just sitting there, and it was really annoying. So I want to be prepared with books, because I have books. I've just read all of them like multiple times, and so I want new books. And saying new books are much more fun when you're not reading the same book over and over again. And so I got 2 books from the library, but I was like so nervous that because like I haven't been to a library, and also I get nervous when I'm at libraries anyway because there's people around and people are awkward, and it was a thing. But before, so I went on like the library website for like my city, and I was like checking like availabilities of books and I was like going on like Google and being like books that are like highly rated and stuff, so I could see what books I would probably want. And so I got 2 of I think I made a list of 4 because I didn't know, because it was kind of very weird, and also I didn't know if they were going to be available by the time I got to the library, all of that stuff. And so I made a list of 4, and I got 2 of those. And then I think I'm going to probably read them in about half the time that is like allotted for you to read it, because like they want the books back within like a certain, I think it's 3-week period, I think is how long, but I read fairly quickly, and also the books aren't like, huge. They're not like 1,000 pages. I think they're like 350 and 400, so they're not like bad, but they're not small by any means. But it was really fun, and I got in and out of the library. Also, I hit my head on one of like the dividers because I was at like a I don't know what they're called. Like there's a computer in which it's the only purpose of the computer is so you can like check where the books are. I hit my head on one of the dividers that's dividing the computers. That was really fun. I am okay. I hit my head all the time. It's fine. My head's all good. It didn't hurt that badly. I didn't like full on like swing it into the wall, but it was kind of hard, so it definitely didn't feel good to hit my head, but that was fun. Also recently I've been trying to rearrange my stuff, which I've talked about before, but I am going to get a new bed, used bed, but it's new for me, so new bed. And it's bigger, and so I'm rearranging my room also with this thing, and it's probably going to happen within the next 2 months. I think. I'm not really sure. We'll get updated with that later. But at some point I'm going to have to rearrange my room and all of my stuff. So I've been trying to rearrange stuff that is on furniture and in areas that is no longer going to be there. And it is an issue because I don't have that much stuff, but I have enough stuff to where it is an issue where I don't have places to put that stuff. I was talking about, I think like the other week or like at some point before, where I was switching my shirts and something else in like different drawers, and I wanted to, my shorts and my shirts, I was switching them, and now I'm just like, I don't really want my shirts in there. But like I don't really know because it's just a bunch of like t-shirts from like competitions and stuff, but I want it to be somewhere. But I feel like where I put them in those drawers are like the least efficient place that they could be, or like the second least. I guess they're not where they were, which I think is maybe worse. I'm not sure though, but I just really don't know. And also there's drawers in my bed, and the bed that I'm getting does not have drawers, obviously, because it's like a normal bed. It doesn't have like all of the drawers and stuff in it, and so I need to find places to put that stuff, and I don't know where that's going to be, so I have no idea. And it's going okay. I've got about like half of the stuff to like places in which they can stay, or like ideas for where they can be, but the rest of it I'm just like, I don't know what to do with it. And so I am hopefully going to figure that out by the time that I need to figure out stuff, because I really don't want to have stuff all over my room while school's already started, because I feel like that would be really annoying, because I'm going to be trying to do like homework and all my stuff in here, and I'm going to have to get ready and all that stuff in here. So I'm going to try and not have it everywhere, but I'm assuming it's gonna happen anyway, so I don't really know. So that's just what's happening right now, and it's kind of a mess right now. Well, kind of a mess. It's a mess for me. Anything out of place is a mess for me because it bothers me, but it's not that bad. And so it's fine, but we're working on it. But we are getting to the end of the video. It is almost screenshots time, so subscribe if you did like today's video if you want to see any more. But as I said, it is almost screenshots time, so I post a new video every day of the week, so you can watch another video tomorrow. Bye!